How I beat the mental game of running a marketing agency. You've got to realize in the very, very beginning of starting your own marketing agency, all it is just basically phone call after phone call after phone call, or ad after ad after ad of just basically people just saying, nope, not interested. Why should I pick you? Why should I pick you? Why should I not get my wife to do it for me? But you've got to realize you've got to position yourself in a certain type of way, so then you can sell because that's the biggest thing that is keeping all you people back. Because when I first started when I was 15, I had no idea how to sell. I just thought, oh, you just basically, people just give you money because you talk to people. That's not how works whatsoever. You people have to realize sales is a skill of disagreeableness. Sales is a skill of understanding what the person wants, how you can help them out, and how you can then get them from their current state to their desired state. That's all what it is, while also building up that relationship during that process. So you've got to understand that. Me as a 15-year-old kid, I just thought, hey, I just send messages, then I get paid. I was far, far from the truth. So I've been running my marketing agency off and on for the last 5 years. I jumped from Facebook marketing to crypto to trading to e-commerce to more crypto again to finance. As clearly you can see, just have a look at my story on my Instagram and we can see a bit more on my story there. But yeah, just pretty much just jumping straight to the chase. Marketing agency is a very mentally taxing game, especially once you get past that first 25K, especially once you get that past that first 10, 15 customers, because then you've got to be careful on who you choose to work for you. It's like any other business. You've got to be careful on who's your sales reps, where you want to be, what you want to do, and how do you want to actually attack it. Because what's the point of you being stuck at where you're at? What's the point of you being stuck at zero? Nothing. What's the point of you not understanding human psychology and learning how to persuade and influence people? Because that's exactly what you're doing in marketing. Just you don't get feedback until after, or you don't get feedback until you get the impression, CTR, ROAS, and all this other sort of stuff. Because if you're starting out blind and you haven't touched sales before ever, or you haven't even been on a date, it's like me basically putting you in the desert with no water, nothing, and expecting you to find your way to $1 million. You're going to have no way how to get it. You're not going to even know how because most of you people haven't even touched that sort of money. Or let's just say even 100K. Most of you people haven't touched that. What? Besides maybe a down payment for your house, not even that. Besides a mortgage for your house, because what you got, because you borrowed 95% of it from the bank. So you people haven't even touched 100K. You people don't even understand the freedom behind it. So it's like me just throwing you out in the middle of the desert, expecting you to survive with no survival instincts. It's pretty much just like me throwing the baby out there. So it's like, what? How are you meant to survive? You don't. You don't. So you need to understand that running a marketing agency is it's very, very similar to sales. You need to get all the little information, all the CTA or CTRs, all the return on ad spend, the impressions, how your content goes. You need to get every little thing and be very, very sensitive to see what happens, how can you attack it, and also see how it happens with the ads in the future. Because that is probably one of the most important parts. Because why would they buy from you? Why would they buy from you if they can just buy from old mate down the street? Why would they buy from you if they can just basically pay their wife $200 a week to do it for them? Why? You've got to position yourself in such a way to make yourself seem credible. You've got to position yourself in such a way so then people have a reason to say yes. People want to spend the money. Just you need to get them from where they need to be to where they want to be. You've got to realize that. And also, as I said, marketing is sales. Sales is the most important part of running a marketing agency because you've got to keep your customers happy. You've got to get more money. You've got to get more profit while also making sure that everyone gets paid, especially your customer, because you are in the business of people. You are in the business of making them more money. You've got to realize that. That's not just any usual kind of business. It's not like you're a concreter, you expect to pour concrete, and then you're expected to then just flatten it out. No, 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 no. You are in the business of people. that has to be one of the most important businesses out there, because you manage relationships, you build them up more money, and also you manage how much they spend at the end of the day. You manage how much they spend, because you determine what your price is, you determine your profit, you determine how much they will spend on ads. Trust me, it is not easy. This is not for the faint of heart. And if you're looking for actually learning some more of my marketing secrets and also anything to do with sales, join the Telegram down below. It's completely free. It has many expert books, so saves you having the time from going through courses, paying for coaches. Like, I'm just going to get onto that next, on how much I've just spent on coaches, and saves you many, many hours of trial and error, and saves you more time, so then you don't have to spend as much money or as much time on absorbing information and then applying it. So join the Telegram down below. I've got information from Sabri Subri, Russell Bronson, and the list can go on. So yeah, join down below. My marketing secrets are there, so you wouldn't want to miss out. Pretty much posting there almost daily, so free value for you guys. It's absolutely free. So yeah, join down below, and yeah. So yeah, moving on to it. So mentors. So from that, so you know, I've spent many hours on the sales and understanding the marketing. That's not even including before that, because I paid about 8 to 10 grand for me to fix my mindset before I even started this. Because if you really want to think about it, you have to be in the right position as a business owner to actually sell and deliver its service properly. Because there are so many cowboys out there. There are so many cowboys out there who think, okay, hey, I can just deliver this service. There's going to be no worries whatsoever. And they don't even think. They just think money in, money out. That's it. They just see, okay, I profit off of this, and then this is how it's going to go. They don't even realize the customer relationship that is being built up through the process, which is your whole point of selling and also having the right mindset. Because once you're then put into the right mode, you then are expected to then serve the customer in a way, but not in a way like too needy, like that guy who just had his ex-girlfriend who's just cheated on him and told him, oh, I found another guy better than you, and he just consistently wants him back. No. You want to do it in such a value-driven way that you can also provide them feedback and also be like, okay, maybe we could do this, this, and this, but also enough so then you can learn from your mistakes, but also you're not like just some messiah. So yeah. And also with your mindset, you've got to realize stuff is going to take time. Every single time you pick up the phone, you're going to be told no. Every single time you pick up the phone, you're more than likely going to be told no. You just got to keep on pushing, because you got to understand the vision. You got to understand the dream. Why are you doing this for? Who are you doing this with? What is your dream? Where are you trying to go? You've got to have all that stuff sorted out first before you even begin. You got to realize that. And then also going on, because I had the biggest mistake that I've learned, but also the best learning lesson. So you know how I said I played crypto? I got scammed hard. I got scammed very, very hard. You can watch the My Story video here. So it's up here. Then you can see and actually break down of what actually happened and how I actually learned that. So pretty much I learned sales and marketing the hardest way possible. The absolute hardest way possible, because it's like, seriously. Okay. So imagine what a scammer would think. What could you learn from them? How could you learn how to attack? What could you do to make yourself more marketable? How could you be better at selling? How can you get someone to basically give you money for a service that is complete and utter dog shit? How can you get someone to give you money for a service which never even happened or never even existed? Conviction. Conviction. Everyone says it, I know that, but you've got to realize conviction makes people buy. Conviction makes people want to act. Conviction is the most powerful force in the world. Because you can get anyone to do anything when you have the right amount of conviction. You can get anyone to do anything when you have the right amount of conviction and you know in your heart that it is the right move. Not like the type where you got to shove it down your client's throat. No. The type where you know this is the best thing out there and you know that they'll be missing out if they never got a hold of it. You've got to realize that. They know that they'll be missing out if they never get a hold of it. So, okay, so it's like, you've got to believe so much in your service that you will pull it off. What do you think, how do you think all these scammers make money? Because they rely on people, and A, obviously the urgency of it is very, very important. A, making a quick win. B, they're very, very direct in their marketing and how they actually do their lead generation and how they construe their words in such a way so then they can then put you from emotional pain point A to emotional pain point B. And then they can basically construe up a story which makes sense, but also make it like you're building up a relationship with them. That is the most important part when you're marketing. And also when you're in lead generation, you've got to feel like you're building up a relationship and building up a story. It's like, when you go out on a date, you understand, like women in 2025, they want to have a love story. They want to have this. They want to have everything going on. They want you to be busy. They want you to be the main character. They want you to be like that and be like, okay, we got your problem. But also, it's like, if you're not in the correct position to buy, we are not going to make you. It's more so like a bit of a, like, I reckon you should do it. I reckon you should give this a shot sort of thing. Like a mentoring, because that's the way that I've got completely fucked. And that's honestly what I learned. You've got to give your customer guidance in a way that can then help them resolve their pain. You don't have to be too pushy, but you've got to be like, okay, here's a suggestion. This might be a way you can solve your problem. I know it's the best way, but it's your own fault if you don't take it. What's going to happen if you don't take it? Why should I take this? What's going to happen? What's the desired result? Like, the most important thing I can talk about is the blue, yellow, and red sea, because that is the perfect way. Because you drag your customer from a blue ocean, they don't even know that they even have the pain, all the way to the yellow. So they know that they are pain aware. They know that they are problem aware. Like you people watching. You people know you people aren't making the money that you want to be. Hence why you're watching these videos here. You guys are like stuck in your 9 to 5, stuck in your little jail cell thinking, when is my next buck going to get paid? I don't know. But you guys got to realize you can lose your job whenever. So if you want to learn some more information, join Telegram down below, and I just give you all the free hidden secrets and also some dark psychological tactics, which I'm not allowed to share on YouTube because YouTube's going to ban me again. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know that. But so you drag your customer over or your client over from the blue to the yellow. The yellow is where they're problem aware and where they need to act. Most people don't realize that they are in either the blue or the yellow. And then once you direct your marketing with either through a direct response or enough brand marketing, you can then be able to move them over to the red, because with direct marketing, you've got to position in such a way where they have direct sense of urgency, where they got to feel like they will never get this opportunity again. Like, for example, when Bitcoin was at its lowest price last year, that's what happened to me. And then from there, as I said, you can watch over here. Over here, and you can see the full video. But yeah, like, I knew Bitcoin was going to go up because I was studying it and I was aware of the debts that were going on with the with the reserve, with the Fed. So I knew that was happening. Yeah, I know we're going on to crypto, but this is still part of the story. And I know you people aren't here to know about crypto. You people are here to learn about marketing. But so I was aware of that. So then he knew, okay, why don't you borrow? Why don't you borrow? Because it's like, you're going to be able to make more money. And you understand the fear and greed are within people. Fear and greed is the most determining factor to get people to want to buy and get people to want to act. Because either way, people either act out of fear or greed. I know I was acting out of greed because I was just like, I'm not going to wait. But obviously I don't have to worry about it now. Because why should I? Plus also I got it all fucking paid off. But you've got to realize people act in fear and greed. Once you position your offer in such a way that can make them either be scared for their current position, so they know that they've got to act, or act in such a way where they have to take your offer. Otherwise they are done for. That will then position your offer in such a way where your customer feels stupid for not taking your offer, and then they start paying you. Obviously, we need the sales team to move them over forward, but that is your job as a marketer. You've got to realize that. That is your job as a marketer. In 2025, that is your job as a marketer, to get them to move over from not knowing that they have a problem to moving them over to, oh shit, I've got a problem, I've got to solve it, to fuck, this is burning hot. I feel like this is like a bleeding neck issue that needs to be solved now. Otherwise, I will not have anything ever. That's what you got to do. That is what you've got to do. Obviously, ethically, because we're not going to be doing any of that sort of shady shit here. We don't have time. Because if we fuck up that business's reputation, we are cooked. We are fucking cooked. You got to realize that. Yes, no one will tell you this on the internet because no one wants you to know this. No one wants you to understand this. But this is the harsh reality of the world that a lot of you slaves aren't willing to face. That is the harsh reality of the world that a lot of you people are not willing to face. Plus, there's more stuff that I can't even tell on here because you're going to be like, once I know this is going to feel so fucking illegal to know that I can just start printing money. So as I said, you can join my Telegram down below. You can get access to all the dark secrets that I have. Or, because I know you're already there, just jump on a call with me. It's just going to be easier. Just do it that way. It's going to save you many, many hours of you actually applying it, so then you can shortcut it with an actual coach like I have. And then also moving on, I've got mindset, I've got a sales and marketing coach technically, as well as a crypto coach, which was a scammer for the sales, marketing, and crypto. And then after that, I ended up getting 2 sales coaches and also another business coach. So you got to realize that I've probably spent about $110,000 on coaches. I do not regret a single cent. I have learned so many lessons that take you guys 50, 60 years to learn. I'm only 20. I'm making more than what you make in a year, a month, while you people are stuck in your slave wage jobs. Also, while you guys are sitting here defending your 9-to-5s like I know you are and I want you to do, because then it just shows me you're not ready for anything. You took the bait of this video, you got marketed, and you got told a 15-minute speech, or 17.5-minute speech by a 20-year-old who was in a better financial position than you. What should that tell you about yourself? What should that tell you about yourself? If a 20-year-old can make $25K a month and has been through so much shit that he's not complaining, not bitching, not moaning, not crying around like a sorry loser like all you people, that should tell you something. And if you want more insights, join the Telegram down below and I can share you my marketing secrets. It will also fix up your mindset. It will also fix up your mindset so the new people can be literally employees of mine. Because that's the way you're heading. That's the way you're honestly heading. So what does that tell you? But yeah, that's a bit on my marketing story. That's a bit on how I learned marketing and how to actually start my own marketing agency. As I said, if you want to be broke forever, that's up to you, but the ship is sailing fast. And the ship doesn't have time for everyone. I want majority of you people to stay because I know you people won't be able to mentally do it. I know you people won't be able to move or justify the action of being able to do something that is difficult for once in your life. I've been in 2 boxing matches, and I'm 20. I have ran more businesses than what you have even considered, than what you people have even conceived. What does that tell you?